Hey everybody, hello. Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today we are wrapping up our myth video series about grades. So today, let's tie confidence with grades. So parents, how would you describe your teen's confidence? How would you describe your teen's grades? Because I want to tell you, a lot of parents think great grades equals great confidence. And, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble today, but I want you to realize that even though your teen might be coming home with 100% on quizzes, might be doing really well in classes, way beyond just passing, but do know that doesn't mean your teen is feeling confident in the classroom while studying for tests, while doing homework. That's why it's a myth. So before I get going, I want to invite you to my Facebook group. If you're not already a member, please join us by clicking the link in the description. So, why is this a myth? You've told me how confident your teen is. You've told me what kind of grades are coming home. Well, do know that not all of us, and this, like I said, applies to students I work with as a tutor, as a substitute teacher, but me and myself, when I was valedictorian, getting A's in classes, there can be a lot of guessing that happens. Okay. I can tell you when your teen is taking a quiz and say it's an easy quiz, because it's only 5 questions. Well, that easy quiz is a quiz. So in a lot of classes, a lot of schools, that means it's going to be weighted more than a normal homework assignment. And since it's only 5 questions, that means 3 questions right equals a 60%, which is, woohoo, not necessarily an F, depends on the school, but, yay, 3 questions are right. But if your teen only feels confident about those 3, that's a little scary. That's going to make him really worried, going to make him very scared guessing on those other 2. I mean, especially if it's multiple choice, yeah, you can eliminate some answers, but can your teen eliminate enough to get an awesome grade? Well, that's where the confidence ties into grades. If your child does manage to guess correctly, does manage to use some test taking strategies like eliminating wrong answer choices, annotating the question, looking for context clues, all those amazing skills that I can teach your teen that maybe your teen is already proficient at and just needs a little extra help. Do know if your teen ends up with 100% or ends up with even 4 out of 5 correct, your teen wasn't confident in his ability to get that. Your daughter wasn't confident in knowing that. It was just a matter of she got the good grade, she got the passing, possibly perfect score based on not her confidence. Okay, so this is just one example of grades do not equate confidence. Okay, I want you to know sometimes your teen guesses. Sometimes your teen gets lucky. Sometimes it just happens to work out in your teen's favor. And that all means the grades look like your teen is doing awesome. The grades mean that your teen is amazing and believes in herself and, can teach anybody anything. But yet, if you actually ask your teen, what do you understand? How did you get this answer? You're going to see sometimes there is a huge lack of confidence, a huge lack in understanding. Okay, so I want to tell you more before I do. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're live in both places. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure you hit that follow button on the Ace Cookie Tutoring business page on Facebook so you catch these videos live. So what else can I tell you about confidence and grades? Well, do you know it can be the exact opposite? Okay, so we said great grades. We said that means high confidence. Well, it could also mean that you're a teen who's really confident, is really brave, is willing to ask questions in class, is willing to attempt to answer them even if they're wrong. Do know that doesn't always equate to good grades, because your teen might feel confident but might not really understand the material, might really be struggling. Now, I want you to think about this. Who's more likely to end up with great grades in the class? The teen that's more confident, the teen that's less confident? Well, I will tell you after you've shared your answer here in the chat, or the comments, I should say, Do know teens that are confident are going to be confident that they can do anything. Okay. We want your teens to be confident that they can eventually get the right answer. We want them to be confident to try. We want them to be confident enough to know, hey, I will get this. I am more than able to understand this. Okay. Now, if your teen's not confident at all, maybe something's happened on a test, maybe something's happened in the class or with a subject matter in general, your teen might not be confident in her abilities to do those things, to get the grades, to understand it. And that's really going to erode everything school related, especially if it's tied to one particular teacher, one particular subject. Okay. So do know we want your teens to be confident. We want your teens to be confident that they can learn, because when they're confident, they're able to understand something eventually, whether it's something they get right away or they need some help, and it takes a little while. Then that confidence will lead to understanding, which will lead to grades. Okay, so I know I'm kind of approaching this from both sides. Just know, just because your teen's grades are amazing, that doesn't mean your teen is confident. So moms and dads that are watching, that's what I really want you to take away from this, is really check in with your teens. See how they feel about classes, about that test they got 100% on that paper they got an A on. Really just see if, they understand it. See if they think they understand it. Because they might be able to describe it to you in a way that's crystal clear, but yet they feel like something's missing. That means, again, they might understand it, but they're not confident about their understanding. So there's just so many different ways to approach this. We'll dive into this deeper in my Facebook group. And the way we do this is through all sorts of daily lives, weekly lives, special guests, special events. So if you're not already a member of my free Facebook group called Teaching Teens to Love Learning, I gotta tell you, you're missing out. So click the link in the description, answer a couple questions so you can join us, and you will be in the group so you can keep up to date with all of the amazing free events that I put together specifically for group members in my group. So have an awesome day, good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.